And he went on down to that old Skagway Zoo we used to have. Now, the Skagway Zoo was fantastic. It had all the kinds of animals you'd want to see when you came up here to Alaska. They had moose, caribou, black bears, grizzly bears, bald eagles, anything you wanted to see, they had it. So he goes on down there and he starts to do his mime act. And the manager of the zoo comes over and says, "Sir, you cannot do your mime act here. People are here to see the animals." However, our moose just died and we don't know when we're going to get a chance to get another moose. We have this moose costume. Is there any way you can put on the costume and get in the exhibit so that people aren't upset that they don't get to see a moose here in Alaska? And the mime thinks to himself, well, that's a little odd, but I've got nothing better to do. So he puts on that moose suit and he gets in the exhibit. And while he's walking around and he really gets into character, he comes up with a moose dance and, well, the crowds love him. Oh, people are flocking all the way from Dawson City right down here to Skagway to see our new moose. Well, everybody loves the new moose except for the grizzly bear in the next enclosure. Oh, that grizzly hates this new moose. Oh, that grizzly stalks up and down, and he growls, and he gets up on his hind legs, and he roars. And, well, the crowds love it even more because it's just like what you'd see in the wild. You've got your predator and your prey. So one day, the mime has on his moose suit, and he's walking around his enclosure, and he notices that there's a gate open between his enclosure and the grizzly enclosure. He starts to get a little bit nervous. So he slowly starts walking towards the exit, and he hears a rustle behind him, and he turns, and the grizzly bear is right behind him. So he starts running as fast as he can, and that grizzly is right on his tail, and he's running, and he's screaming, "Help me, help